P of x is a cubic polynomial function. What is P of 2? For cubic polynomial function, P of x equals the sum of a times the cube of x and b times square of x and c times c and d. When x equals 0 and y equals 0, P of 0 equals d as shown. When x equals 1, P of 1 equals the sum of a, b, c, and d, which equals to 3, after substitution and simplification of values. But d equals 0. The sum of a, b, c, and 0 equals to 3. We call it equation 1. When x equals half, P of half equals a times the cube of half, b times the square of half, and c times half, and d equals to 6. But d equals 0. Simplify as shown on the screen. Multiply by 8 to clear fraction. The sum of a 4 times b, 4 times c, and 8 times d equals 48. But d equals 0. The sum of a, 2 times b, and 4 times c equals 48. We call it equation 2. When x equals 1 divided by 4, P of 1/4 equals to 3 after substitution and simplification of values. Multiply the equation by 64 to clear fraction. The sum of a 4 times b, 16 times c, and 64 times d equals 192. But d equals to 0. The sum of a 4 times b, 16 times c equals to 192. We call it equation 3. We obtained 3 equations, as shown on the screen. Subtract equation 2 from equation 1. This implies that the sum of a and b and c minus, in bracket the sum of a, 2 times b, 4 times c, equals 3 minus 48, which equals negative 45. It implies that negative b minus 3 times c equals negative 45. Multiply the equation by negative 1. We have that the sum of b and 3 times c equals 45. We call it equation x. Subtract equation 3 from equation 2. We obtained, after simplification of values, negative 2 times b minus 12 times c equals negative 144. Multiply the equation by negative 1. After substitution and simplification of values, the sum of 2 times b and 12 times c equals 144. We call it equation y. we obtained new two equations, x and y, as shown on the screen. Multiply equation x by -2. It implies that -2 times b minus 6 times c equals -90. Add the result from equation y. This implies that, after substitution and simplification of values, we have that 6 times c equals 54. Divide the equation by 6. It follows that c equals to 54 divided by 6, which equals 9. From equation x, we substitute c equals to 9. b equals 45 minus 3 times c, which equals 45 minus 3 times 9. The result equals 18. Substitute values of b and c obtained into equation 1. Hence, the sum of a, b, c, and d equals 3. It implies that the sum of a, 18, 9, 0 equals to 3. Thus, a equals 3 minus 27, which equals to -24. Now, we can substitute the values of a, b, c, and d into the cubic polynomial function formula. This implies that p of x equals the sum of the cube of x times a and b times the square of x and c times x and d. After substitution, we have that p of x equals the sum of -25 times the cube of x, 18 times the square of x, and 9 times x. Hence, 4x equals 2. P of 2 equals -102. After substitution and simplification of values,